For the longest time, I was killing myself trying to keep up with content. A YouTube video on Monday, a LinkedIn post on Tuesday, a blog post on Wednesday, trying to get something up on Instagram by Thursday, and then by Friday, I was burnt out, behind, and looking at my calendar, wondering how I was supposed to do all of this and actually run my business. But then I realized something embarrassingly obvious. I was creating 4 different pieces of content when essentially I only needed to create one. Hi there, it's Adrian Newman from Numero Uno Web Solutions, and today I'm going to walk you through the exact system that I use to take one single piece of content and turn it into an entire week, sometimes a whole month of marketing across every platform that matters. Blogs, social posts, short videos, Google business profile updates, infographics, the whole thing. And the best part, if I can do this while running a digital marketing agency full time, you can absolutely do it for your small business. So let's go. Here's what I see happening with most small business owners that I talk to. They know that they need to be visible online. They know that they need to be on social media, and they know that content marketing works. So they sit down on a Sunday night and try to plan out the week. Monday, what do I post on LinkedIn? And then Tuesday, what do I post on Instagram? Wednesday, I should probably write a blog. Thursday, when was the last time I updated my Google business profile? Friday, am I supposed to be doing TikTok now? And by the time they've thought about all of it, they're paralyzed. So they post nothing. Or they post something rushed and generic. And then they wonder why their content isn't working. 60% of small businesses say creating consistent content is their number one marketing challenge. It's not budget, it's not strategy, just keeping up. And here's the truth that nobody really talks about. Creating brand new content for every platform, every single day is not a strategy. It's a recipe for burnout. And the businesses that look like they're everywhere online, well, they're not creating 5 times more than you. They're just using what they create 5 times better. That's what repurposing is. And that's what we're going to fix today. Okay, mindset shift coming. Stay with me on this one. Every piece of content you create from now on needs to start what I call a pillar. A pillar is your big, meaty, valuable piece of content, and everything else flows out of it. For me, my pillar is YouTube videos, 10 to 12 minutes long. I script it, I record it, I publish it, you watch it. That's the seed. Everything else I post that week comes from that one video. Now, your pillar doesn't have to be a YouTube video. It can be a podcast episode. It could be a long-form blog post, a webinar recording, a client interview, even a long voice memo you record into your phone while you're driving. The format really doesn't matter. What does matter is that you create one substantial piece of content per week, and then you chop it up into a dozen smaller pieces for every other platform. And look, if you take nothing else from this video, I want you to take this. Stop trying to come up with 5 different ideas every single week. Come up with one good one, and then I want you to squeeze every drop out of it. All right, let me walk you through exactly what I do. And I'm going to use my own business as an example because this is what I literally do every single week. I record one YouTube video, around 10 to 12 minutes long. And let's say the topic is how to generate website leads overnight with this simple trick. Actual video on my channel, by the way. Here's what happens to that one video over the next 2 weeks. First, I pull out the best moments from the long video and then chop them into short vertical clips. Usually 60 seconds or less, each clip is one specific tip or idea from the main video. If the YouTube video has 5 tips, that's 5 short clips right there. And each one gets posted as a YouTube short, an Instagram reel, a LinkedIn video, a Facebook reel, and a TikTok if that's your audience. One 10-minute video has just become 15 to 20 short videos across 5 different platforms, and I haven't written a single new word. Next is the video script. Now, the script for your video is basically a blog post. It's already written, it's already structured, it already has chapters and key points. All you have to do is clean it up. You take out the verbal tics like the ums and you knows, maybe you add some subheadings, a few images, and then you publish it on your website. Now, Google has a fresh blog to index. You've got SEO juice flowing to your site, and if you've done it without sitting down to write a brand new article from scratch. And here's one most people miss. You take that blog post and you create a second version of it as a listicle. Same content, different framing. So the original blog is how to generate website leads overnight with this simple trick. The listicle version is the simple tricks to help generate leads for your website ranked. Same 5 points, slightly different headline, slightly different intro. You can publish it as a second blog on your site a few weeks later, or you can use it as a guest post on someone else's blog to get you backlinks. 2 pieces of content from the same source material. Okay, LinkedIn is next. Every section of your original video can become its own standalone LinkedIn post. If the video has 5 tips, that's 5 LinkedIn posts. Each one expands on a single point in a few paragraphs. And here's the kicker. Most people on LinkedIn will never watch your full YouTube video, but they'll happily read a 200-word post about one idea from it. So if you're not repeating yourself, you're meeting different audiences where they already are. Okay, now the visual stuff. I want you to take the key data points or the steps from your video and you turn them into a carousel for Instagram and LinkedIn, or an infographic for Pinterest and your blog. Tools like Canva make this take 15 minutes. And you don't need a designer if you don't want to use one. You just need to pull the most quotable, most visual ideas out of your original content and then put them on a slide. You get one infographic, one carousel, maybe 3 or 4 standalone quote graphics, and all, remember, is coming from this same video. Okay, so this next one is the one almost nobody does. Your Google business profile lets you publish posts directly on your listing, and Google rewards active profiles in the local pack. So take a key insight from your video. Maybe it's one sentence, and pair it with a photo or graphic and drop it in your Google business profile as an update. It'll take you 5 minutes of work, but the direct ranking signal to Google is going to be priceless. And if you do this every single week, you're ahead of 90% of your competitors who haven't touched their GBP since they set it up. Okay, and finally, if you've got an email list, send the highlights to your email subscribers. Don't send them the full transcript. Send them a quick summary and then link it back to the full video on YouTube or the blog post on your website. If you look at my e-letter that goes out once a week, that's exactly what I do. Because that drives traffic back to your assets. It keeps your email list warm, and it's another piece of content that came directly from the same source. So let's do the math. One video, 28 pieces of content, 2 weeks of marketing across every major channel, all from one recording. Now, I know that some of you are thinking, Adrian, isn't this just spamming the same thing everywhere? And no, and here's why. Most of your audience only sees you on one platform. The person who follows you on LinkedIn isn't scrolling your Instagram, or the person who finds you on Google isn't watching your YouTube. The customer who reads your blog might not be on TikTok. And even if there is some overlap, people don't see every post you publish. The algorithm only shows your content to a fraction of your followers anyway. So you're not repeating yourself to the same people. You're finally giving the same idea a chance to reach different people in different formats on different platforms. And here's the other thing. Different platforms reward different formats. A long video gets watched on YouTube. A short video gets watched on TikTok and in Reels. A written post gets read on LinkedIn. An image gets shared on Pinterest. Same idea, different package. That's not spam. That's smart. The businesses winning at content right now aren't the ones creating the most. They're the ones squeezing the most out of what they already create. Okay, I want to make this actionable for you. So here's your plan for this week. I want you to start with picking your pillar format. Are you better on camera? Make YouTube videos. Better writing? Long form blog posts. Better talking? Heck, record a podcast or even a voice memo. Whatever it is, I want you to pick one format you can commit to producing once a week. Step 2, create one pillar piece this week. Don't worry about being perfect. Just create it. 10 to 12 minutes if it's a video, about 1,500 words if it's a blog, 20 minutes if it's a podcast. Just get it done. Step 3, chop it up. Pull out 3 to 5 short clips, write 3 to 5 social posts based on the key points, create one carousel or infographic, and write a Google Business Profile update. Step 4, schedule everything out across 2 weeks. I don't want you to dump it all in one day. Spread it out. Monday, Wednesday, Friday on social, blog mostly in midweek, GBP update Friday, maybe the e-newsletter on Sunday. And step 5, and this is the one most people skip, do it again next week. Consistency is the whole game. One pillar a week, every week for 6 months, and you'll look like you've been everywhere online. Look, here's the bottom line. If you're burnt out trying to create new content for every platform every single day, stop. You don't need to do more. You need to do more with what you already have. One pillar a week, chopped up, spread out across every channel that matters. That's the system. That is how small businesses go from being invisible to everywhere online without quitting their day job or hiring a team or losing their minds. Look, if this has helped you, hit that subscribe button. I drop a new video of this kind of stuff every week, and drop a comment below. What's your pillar format going to be? Do you prefer video? Write a blog? Maybe you do a podcast. I read every comment and I'll reply with some specific ideas for you. And if you want someone you can bounce ideas off of, feel free to contact me directly. My contact info is in the video description below. And if you're running a local service business, then I want you to head over here and check out this video called 4 Local SEO Strategies Service Businesses Use to Dominate Their Market. You're going to get even more specific actions you can use to bump up your customer intake. I'll see you over there.